Welcome back to the Creative Business Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Jane Bellante, and today's episode is for anyone who feels like they're losing steam in their creative business. So you're showing up, you're trying, but you still feel kind of lost. You're overwhelmed, you're unclear, and you're still in the place that you swore you'd break out of months ago. So maybe you've been telling yourself, I need a better plan. I need to figure out where I'm going. I just need clarity. But what if I told you that clarity is not what you need right now? What if I told you that the motivation you're looking for isn't in the future? It's in the truth of what you can't stand anymore. So let's talk about that today. Welcome to the Creative Business Mindset Podcast, the show where creativity meets strategy and mindset meets success. I'm Jane Bellante, artist, coach, and creative entrepreneur, here to help you break free from self-doubt, clear limiting beliefs, and build a business that aligns with who you truly are. Each week, we dive into the mindset shifts, visibility strategies, and creative breakthroughs that help you turn your passion into a thriving business without burnout, overthinking, or perfectionism holding you back. If you're ready to step into your power, create with confidence, and grow a business you love, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. So I am live in my free Facebook group called the Limitless Creators Hub every Monday at 10 a.m. CST. And you could be listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watching the replay on YouTube. Either way, I'm just so grateful that you are here. I am trying to open this on my phone so that I can answer your questions and comments. So Jocelyn is here. Katura is here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'm excited. It's a sad day for me. We had to unexpectedly put my dog down last night. So I am trying to keep it together today for you. So thanks for being here. So I want to just start today with saying that motivation does not come from the actual finish line. And something no one really tells you is that most people don't change because they have a crystal clear vision of the future. They change because they're absolutely exhausted by the present. Or you're just so sick of that same pattern that you're in, like over and over and over and over and over. Hey, Pam. Thank you, Jocelyn. Yeah, she started having seizures a couple months ago, and we were controlling it with medication, but like a lot of medication. We had to give it to her 3 times a day. And yesterday she had a really bad breakthrough one, and then she had like 5 more seizures at like within like 5 hours, just over and over and over. And we just couldn't do it. We can't have her suffer. So Easter Sunday. But, we know we did the right thing. And so, yeah, it's going to be a hard couple days, but teaching at Royce's retreat is going to help so much. Just, kind of getting my mind off of it. And so thank you. Okay, let me get back to what we're talking about today. I know it's not easy. Yeah. So again, most people don't change because they have a crystal clear vision of the future. And that's like the hardest thing for us, is to move forward because we don't have that future completely planned out. Like we can't see it. And that is okay. And your drive probably is not coming from a vision board or that 5-year plan that you wrote down. And your why could be, I just can't stay here anymore. I'm so tired of this pattern, and like whatever our pattern is that is keeping us in the lack hole. And that truly is how real motivation starts. It's when your soul is screaming louder than your excuses. because our excuses keep us in the lack hole. They keep us there. And when the ache of not changing becomes heavier than the fear of starting something new, that is motivation. So if you're waiting to feel inspired before you move, before you show your face, before you decide to show your art, before you create that coaching program, like if you're waiting to know exactly what it looks like before you act, I want to just tell you, you're never going to know. You have to just take the risk and take the plunge. Because otherwise you're going to stay stuck in your pattern. You're going to stay stuck in that pattern that keeps you at the bottom of the lack hole. Because the truth is, the future that you dream of, it doesn't motivate you. Because if it did, you'd already be there. Your identity is what motivates you. And identity is the source of sustainable change. So I want to bring in this identity pillar. This is where I start with. It's the core of everything I teach. And your identity is what you believe to be true about who you are. Plain and simple. And that identity is what creates your habits, your energy, your day-to-day energy, how you are showing up in life, the boundaries that you create, the content that you're posting, the pricing that you're putting on your membership group, your coaching programs, your art, your upcycled products, the things that you're selling in your store, all of it. So when you're stuck in your pattern of lack, when you're tired, when you're unmotivated, it isn't because you don't think your future isn't big enough for you, like what you dream of. It's just because your current identity is still tied to the version of you who tolerates being stuck in the lack hole. And everybody here, we all do. We all have our own pattern of lack. Hello, Miss Kim. I'm so glad you're here. And the version of you who tolerates being in the lack hole, this is you who still overthinks everything, who still doubts that she's worthy. Excuse me, trying to do everything yourself. How about feeling guilty for wanting more? Like, I shouldn't feel this way. I should be happy for what I already have, you know? And that's true. Gratitude is a good thing, right? But we also tell ourselves it's just not the right time for me, or it's never going to happen for me. That was me. I don't know if I'm ever going to do this, right? So does this sound familiar to you? Because you aren't bad. It's just the identity that you are, clinging to that's keeping you exactly where you are. And it is a choice. And until you really, really decide that you're no longer available for that version of yourself, you're going to keep building your business from that frequency, from that girl who is overthinking, who is doubting her worth, who is trying to do everything herself, who is feeling guilty for wanting more. And so the shift then happens when we decide that we are no longer available for that energy. We're no longer available for that frequency. So let me ask you a question. Are you staying stuck in this lack hole because you don't know where you're going? Or, and this might hit home, or because deep down you don't believe you can leave the spot that you're at. You don't believe that you can dig yourself out of this lack hole. You somehow believe that you deserve this. And put it in the chat. Is this resonating with you? Because most people don't get stuck because they're not motivated. They get stuck because they're operating from this identity that is used to survival, whatever that means for you. The identity that says, I have to figure it out by myself, or I'm too busy all the time and I can't make this change that I know that I really want. Or how about this one? This is just how it is for people like me. And that's been given to us for generations, right? People like us don't make money. I don't have that, people, whatever it is. Or you might be saying that you need more time, you need more money, you need to be more clear before you can do this. Katura says both. But what if the motivation isn't about knowing how it ends up? Because we never can know. We never can predict the future. I mean, it's so clear to me this morning. Like, I never thought I'd be putting my dog down last night. You can't predict the future. We cannot. And this bubble of safety that we think we're keeping ourselves in, it's a facade. It's a total facade. So, like, why are we wasting one more second telling ourselves we're not good enough? Telling ourselves we're too busy, telling ourselves we're alone on an island and no one will understand. So again, what if motivation isn't about knowing how it ends? What if it starts the minute you say, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I'm so sick of this. I don't want to keep waking up dreading my business even though I know that I'm here for a reason. I don't want to keep hiding my gifts. I don't want to keep hiding my face. I don't want to stay invisible. I don't want to operate from fear anymore. I don't want to operate from unworthiness anymore. I don't want to operate from doubt anymore. Because this is where it begins. It's not that we can see the finish line. We can't. It is a stabbing in the dark. But it's also a true knowing. Pam says, for years I was living in survival mode. I get that. 100%. I so do. Kim said, I think I'm still trying to shake that paradigm that things like that don't happen for people like me. Right. And what does that even mean? Like, it's such a lie. It's such a lie. If somebody else can do it, guess what? So can you. It just begins right in here. It begins in here. What if you flip that to be like, things like that always happen for me, and just keep telling yourself that? It's really about who you're becoming. Because here's what I do know is that the future version of you, the one who is clear and confident and consistent and paid well, because that's why we're doing this, right? We love to make stuff and we want to like make a living doing that. She is not waiting to be discovered. She's waiting to be decided on. Like, am I finally going to decide to step into this and do this? And every decision you make from there, every new habit, every post you do, every boundary you set, every yes and every even more importantly no is a vote for that girl. You do not need a perfect plan. You just need a new pattern. It's so rooted in self-worth. Yeah, and that's truly like, that's what the lack hole is all about. It's when we finally decide that we are worthy. You don't need that perfect plan. You don't need a new pattern. You just need to wake up and say, I am done being this version of me. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of the patterns. I'm so tired of the lack. I'm so tired of the sadness, the anxiety, the stress, like all of that. And the new version of you doesn't wait for motivation. She embodies alignment. Because again, like, we started these businesses, and it's funny because a lot of us just kind of all of a sudden we have a business, or like, and some of us actually decide like, I'm going to do this. And this, you're full force into it. And then you're like, what in the heck? I don't even know what I'm doing. And then you're scattered and you're trying to figure everything out on your own, right? And then that's when we start all of this spinning and all of the hamster wheel, because we really and truly get away from who we are and why we started our business in the first place, and we start focusing on the algorithm and what other people are doing, and this person is better than me, and oh my gosh, she's doing really well with this project. Excuse me, maybe I'm going to start making that project too because I want the eyes on my stuff. Maybe I should sell products. Maybe I should, I don't know, take whatever. It's like we forget who we are. And that's truly why I start with identity. It's like, let's realign ourselves to figure out why the heck we're doing this. Why do we love this? And why aren't we showing up as our true selves with what we love? Because that is how we attract our customer. That is how we attract our perfect person. Showing up as ourselves. And let me tell you, there are people out there waiting for you. They're waiting for your coaching. They're waiting for your membership program. They're waiting for your art and furniture and upcycling and all of the things that we love to do and create. They are waiting for you. And it's just a matter of us deciding and choosing to step into that. And when you do it, it just gets easier and easier. I tell the story about starting this podcast on my own, and I was scared out of my mind. And now I'm like, it's super easy, right? This is easy. What was I worried about? So, final thoughts here for today. And I really want you to hear this. If you're tired of being tired, this is good. That is your body and your brain telling you that something needs to change, that you are out of alignment, and that when you take a step back and realize what you're doing, like, am I doing what I love? Am I doing what I set out to do? Or am I completely, in a different direction? You begin to understand that this is the moment that everything is possible for you. You can choose to stay, or you can choose to change. You can choose to step into the version of you who already has everything that you want. It's the moment momentum becomes possible. Because now you're not just moving from the big ambiguous idea of it all. You're actually moving from truth, the truth of who you are, the integrity of you, the identity of you, the true identity of you. And that's where everything begins. Tracy says, I rewrote a story I've been telling myself for decades, and confirmation of the new story came from one of my sisters. Oh, I love that. It is rewriting the story. And we've written and written and written and repeated and repeated and repeated the same lack story for so long. I want you to understand that you need to repeat the new story even more, all the time. Because that's wiring it into your brain, right? So we don't have to stay stuck in the lack hole. We're just overdue for like this identity upgrade. When will you decide that you're going to step into it? Through the fear, putting the thing out, putting your face on social media, getting your art out there, getting yourself educated so that you can feel more confident about the direction that you're moving in. And instead of asking, where am I going? You can ask yourself this: who do I refuse to be anymore? What are you so done with? And then we can just let this answer move you forward. Remember that you are 100% possible 100% of the time. It is just you choosing to step into that. So Thank you so much for being here. I know that my energy was a little lower today, with the whole passing of my dog yesterday. But I know how important it is for me to be here and just to have this space in this container for everybody else too, because I am you. I'm just, I've just been there and done that a little bit before you. And now I really feel like I'm here to just help you realize this because it's changed the trajectory of my whole business and my whole life as well. So remember to join on Wednesday. I'm not live on Wednesdays. You can watch the Creative Business Mindset podcast on YouTube or listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. So every single Wednesday, and then every Monday I am live here. Again, you can watch the replay on YouTube or listen on Apple or Spotify. I am so grateful that you were here. Oh, thank you. You guys are so great. Everybody's saying they're sending me hugs, and that means the world to me. So thank you so very much, everyone. And I will see you live next Monday. I might not be live, but I might just pre-post a video. I am going to be flying home from Phoenix from teaching at the Roy Cycled Retreat. So we'll see. My flight isn't until the afternoon, so I might be able to hole up in the airport and come live. We'll just see. We're gonna have to see how that works, but either way, I'll see you here, and I hope everybody has a really, really wonderful week. Thanks, everyone.